Welcome back to TMZ Live. It is one of the things we say frequently here, that there are certain people in Hollywood you don't hear other people in Hollywood go after. But Monique has never been one to hold her tongue and felt very strongly about something she had observed happening with Oprah Winfrey. And so she did not hold back, basically wrote an open letter criticizing Oprah for attacking, and by attacking I mean working on documentaries, producing documentaries that went after powerful black men, Russell Simmons, Michael Jackson, while not saying anything, at least publicly, about Harvey Weinstein, or being critical of Harvey Weinstein. So Monique spilled this out in an open letter that was extremely critical of Oprah. All of this as Monique has something to celebrate as well, which is a comedy special. And you know how she's felt about her comedy specials in the past, but she's got a great new one on Showtime. We're going to talk to her about that. But first, going after Oprah. Good idea or not? Monique, welcome back to TMZ Live. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
And I see you have Sydney's there with you too. Sorry, how you doing, Sydney?
Doing wonderful.
Excellent.
How y'all doing?
We're good. We're all right. We're good. So, so what was the impetus for writing this? Because Oprah had backed out of the Russell Simmons documentary, gosh, I feel like it was a month ago.
Right.
But this weekend you decided you just had to get this out.
Well, because I had just seen the interview that she did when she was asked the question in reference to Russell, and I had seen the interview that she did when it came to Harvey. So it was fresh because I had just seen it. And when you use words like, what was the word? Criticizing?
Yeah, criticizing Oprah.
Well, if you read it, I don't know if it's being critical more so than asking Oprah questions.
What's the central question?
Why is there such a difference? Why is there different words used and a different fight had when it seems like the color of the skin makes you look for the clouds and the silver lining, and when it comes to a black man, I believe these women. Well, how come? Why is it different? That's the exact point. Why is it different? And that's not calling Oprah Winfrey out. As my husband always says, we're calling us up, not out.
So what do you, I mean, look, for most people watching this, they're thinking Oprah Winfrey has been a real supporter of the African-American community in many respects. So if your premise is right, what would be behind that premise?
If the premise is right in reference to the way that she treats based on color, well, Harvey, that would have to be a question you would have to ask Oprah Winfrey. What is behind that? Why is that feeling that you treat this one way and you treat that one another way? It is that feeling behind that we would have to ask our sister Oprah Winfrey that question, which seems to be almost people are fearful to ask those real questions because you can see it with your eyes. You can hear it with your ears, but then you'll pretend as if you're not seeing it or hearing it.
But my recollection is that a year ago, Oprah kind of separated from Harvey Weinstein and did something where she kind of put that wall up. That's my recollection of this.
When you say that, to your recollection, she put up a wall, it seems like it's not as clear as it is when you hear her say that I support the women as it pertains to Russell Simmons, because the individuals, I had to be on trial for 3 years because individuals at my school, the young ladies, had accused an adult of sexual misconduct. So I had to support them because I wasn't believed by my family due to the fact that someone else in my family had molested me. When she was asked by Nora O'Donnell the same question, what are your feelings about Harvey? And you start off by saying, I always try to look for the rainbow in the clouds, the silver lining. The question I would ask is, do you hear a difference in that verbiage between those two individuals? Not to mention Michael Jackson, who was acquitted. Do you hear a difference in that verbiage?
Yeah, I mean, remember, too, with Michael Jackson, he paid $20 million for a settlement, too.
Him paying $20 million, and I don't want to get too far off of what the question was. Him paying $20 million, based upon my understanding, is when you're told by your legal counsel to do something because you think it's going to be easier, it's not necessarily indicative of you committing a crime.
By the way,
true.
that is, Cindy, that is an absolute true statement. An
Right.
absolute true statement.
Right.
But as it relates to Oprah, if you can see the disparity between two men, both are accused. If I'm not mistaken, Harvey Weinstein has more accusers. One, I support the accusers. The other one, I try to look for the rainbow in the clouds. Can you see that disparity?
No, I agree with you guys. There's a definite disparity in the reaction, in the response, and so I get your question. I'll say that's the way you want to say that, why you're questioning Oprah about this. But as I was reading your post, though, Monique, the first thing I thought, and I think a lot of people will think this is, and you actually acknowledged it in this later half of it. I mean, you have an axe to grind with Oprah. You've been very open about feeling betrayed by her. And so I think some people probably looked at this and just thought, well, Monique's just going after Oprah again because she's still, pissed about the old beef.
Well, let me answer that the best way I can so that you and everyone else would understand it. When folks have affected your life, when folks have affected your life financially, when they've affected your career based off of a lie, and when people say, oh, Monique, you should just move on, well, we still sit in it. I still sit in, and we still sit in. They're difficult. They're hard to get along with. We still sit in that. And me as an actress, that's the first time I said that. Me as a comedian, and they call me an actress, I have to sit in something that Oprah Winfrey knows is not true, that Tyler Perry knows is not true, that Lee Daniels knows is not true. And the whomever the president now at Lionsgate, they all know it's not true. So when people say, oh, Monique, just get over it. Well, guys, this has cost me, I'm going to say, well over $30 million. Because at the time when everyone said, let's stop fooling with Monique. You know what, she's hard to deal with. She's hard to work with. I was making millions of dollars. So when you guys say, is this, you have an axe to grind, it's not an axe to grind. It's the truth that needs to be told.
Okay.
So
let's talk about something
good news. The good news is you got a really great special
coming up on
Bring it
Showtime.
around, Harvey.
No, we're excited about this, Monique. So tell us about it.
This was one of those ones when Showtime called and said, we want to do a Monique and Friends. And it was our way of introducing some new babies in the game and bringing out some legends in the game. And it's that kind of comedy show, Harvey, where it's that gut bucket funny. It's that old school in the backyard. Somebody got some dark liquor with no ice. That kind of funny, right?
Okay, Monique,
Well,
I am there. It's Monique and Friends live from Atlanta. It airs Friday night on Showtime, 10 o'clock Eastern and Pacific. Monique, congratulations on this.
Gut-busting funny.
Yep.
That's the best
Congratulations, Monique.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, Sydney and I are really excited. We exec produced it, and we looking forward to Friday night.
We're going to be viewers.
Excellent. All
We're
right.
going to be viewers.
Thank you, baby.
All right.
Okay, Monique. Thanks, Sydney.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Okay, I am going to watch it.
Yeah.
Excited about it.
Listen, I'm always up for gut-busting.
Okay, taking a break.
When we come back, Nelly is not laughing about what went down at a casino. We got video of him taking on the pit boss, all because somebody didn't know how to play Texas Hold'em, at least not the way Nelly wanted him to play it.